What do stars, rocks, water, and giraffes all have in common? They are all made of elements. Every single thing in our universe is made of elements. Elements are what make up the world around us, both natural things and man-made things. So what are elements? We'll keep it simple. Each element is made of one kind of atom. Atoms are the very smallest piece of matter, so everything is made of atoms. And every element has its own type of atom. For example, gold is an element. It's made of only gold atoms. Oxygen is another element. Oxygen is made up of only oxygen atoms, which are different from gold atoms. Carbon is made of only carbon atoms, which are different from oxygen and gold atoms. Only elements have their own atoms. If something is made of different types of atoms, it is not an element. Elements are defined as pure. Pure means something that is made of only one thing. Let's start with an example of something that is not pure. Chocolate chip peanut cookies. If you cut the cookie into smaller and smaller pieces, you will end up with different things. Maybe a piece of chocolate that is different from a piece of nut. Elements are different. They are pure and made of only one thing. That means that a nugget of gold is made of only gold atoms. If you take a piece of gold and keep chopping it into smaller and smaller pieces, you will eventually end up with just one atom of gold. But you still have gold. A piece of silver is made of only silver atoms. Get the picture? There are a little over 100 elements that have been identified. There are probably more that haven't been discovered yet, but these 100 elements make up everything in our world, and even the universe. Elements are organized on the periodic table of elements. Take a look and see which of these elements you already know. You may have heard of oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, lead, gold, silver, chlorine, and more. If it's not on the periodic table of elements, it's not an element. Most things in our world, such as water, rocks, or living things, are made of elements, but they are not elements themselves. They are not pure. We will learn more about these things in a later lesson. So, back to elements. Elements can be identified by their chemical symbol. A chemical symbol will be 1, 2, or sometimes 3 letters. For example, oxygen has the chemical symbol O. Helium has the chemical symbol He. Hydrogen has the chemical symbol H, and so on. So how do you recognize a chemical symbol of an element? Well, there are simple rules. First, the first letter is always capital. Look at oxygen, O, and helium, He, and hydrogen, H. Do you see how the first letter is capitalized? The second and third letters are always lowercase. Look again at helium, chemical symbol He. The first letter is capital, the second letter is lowercase. Look at lead, chemical symbol Pb. The first letter is capital, and the second letter is lowercase. Look at unumbium. The first letter is capital, and the second and third letters are lowercase. So let's review. An element is a pure substance, made of only one thing. Elements are made of their own kind of atom, so each element has its very own atom. Elements are arranged on the periodic table. Each element has a chemical symbol. For example, O for oxygen, He for helium, Pb for lead. The first letter of a chemical symbol is always capital. The second and third letters are always lowercase. Please pause the video now and add these notes to your notebook. Make sure you understand this lesson. Please ask your teacher if you have questions. Otherwise, that's it. You're done. Good job.